How to quit sugar as a family. If you want to give up sugar, doing it together as a family is a great idea. Many studies show that if you have a support group, like your family, you're more likely to succeed with making dietary or lifestyle changes. When you eat too much sugar, especially added sugars, you increase your risk of obesity and dying from heart disease. Limiting sugars in your and your family's diet can help improve your diet and decrease your risk for chronic diseases. Slowly work on giving up sugar and cleaning up your diet so that you and your family can follow a low-sugar and nutritious diet. Part 1. Committing to give up sugar together. 1. Decide together whether or not to quit cold turkey. When you start talking about quitting sugar together as a family, you'll find that you'll need to decide whether or not to give it up cold turkey or slowly taper off over time. The benefit of giving up sugar cold turkey is that in just a few days you can get rid of all the sweets and other tempting foods from your house. You'll have a fresh start. Tapering can also be beneficial. You can slowly make a behavior change that might be easier to sustain long term. Everyone in your family might have a different opinion on this subject. Some people may find it easier to give it up cold turkey, while others need time to taper it off. To help everyone get on the same page, allow everyone to voice their opinions and make a case for one or the other. It'll be best if everyone can agree. That way, everyone is on the same page and can work together as a unit. 2. Make a family pact and goal. You're already destined to fare better on a no or low sugar diet if you're doing it with your family. Make some no sugar pacts and goals together so you can all stay on track. When your whole family is on board with a sugar-free diet, you're likely to be successful because you have their support. Make a pact that no one brings any sugary sweets or foods into the house. If someone does want to have a treat, set a rule that it should be eaten away from the home. Set goals together. See how long your entire family can go sugar-free. Create a calendar and set up rewards along the way. For example, after a whole week without sugar, take everyone to the movies. Or after a whole month of no sugar, take everyone to a favorite sporting event, like a baseball game. 3. Work together to clean out your house. After making goals and setting family guidelines, work together to make your house free of sugar as well. Creating a sugar-free environment can make following your goals easier. If you still have sweet treats, sweetened beverages or other sugary foods still in your house, it can be difficult to stay on track with your goals. For example, you might have a bad day or an intense craving. It's on those days that those tempting sweets can become a serious problem. Instead of keeping these foods around, try to prevent some of these slip-ups by cleaning out your pantry, refrigerator and freezer. Have everyone in the family tackle a different area and get rid of those sugary items. Donate fresh or unopened products to a food bank and toss or give away opened items to family or friends. 4. Try to make more foods from scratch. If you and your family do enjoy the occasional sweet, don't think you have to give them up completely. Instead, make lower sugar versions from scratch. Making foods from scratch is not only a good way to decrease sugar, but a great way to get the whole family involved. If your family has some top favorites, have everyone research recipes or come up with ideas on how to make these at home with less sugar. You can even make this a fun challenge. For example, have everyone come up with their own creative sugar-free or low-sugar dessert and choose a winner. Work together to choose different foods to recreate at home. Everyone can select something different to work on each week. 5. Change your shopping habits. To help prevent sugary items from coming back into your house, you'll need to rethink the way you shop. Changing what you buy will help keep you on track. Although you may enjoy making sweets at home, many sugary items are brought into the house after a grocery store trip. A good place to start is before you go shopping. Review your typical grocery list and star items that normally have some added sugar or circle items where you need to check the label. Take your time at the grocery store. Spend a little more time looking at labels, ingredient lists and the nutrition fact panel. In addition, try to stay out of tempting aisle. The candy aisle, bakery section or ice cream aisle are full of sweet treats. Instead of tempting yourself, skip these sections completely out of sight, out of mind. 6. Support each other through slip-ups. One of the best parts about giving up sugar as a family is that you automatically have a support group with you. Work to maintain your support group through tougher times. Everyone needs support when it comes to making any type of dietary or lifestyle changes. Giving up sugar is no different. In fact, because sugar is so prevalent in your diet, a support group is essential. You will have each other to lean on when a craving hits. Be mindful and wary when you see another family member struggling. Ask how you can be more supportive. Or ask how you can help them manage their cravings more appropriately. Keep an eye out for family members, including yourself, that are enablers. These people make it okay to slip up a little too frequently even though they're still trying to support you. Part 2: Recognizing sugar in your foods. 1. Pick out items that have natural sugars. You will need to decide whether or not you're avoiding all sugars, both natural and added, or if you just want to avoid added sugars. Natural sugars are common in a variety of foods that are still considered very nutritious and a healthful addition to your diet. For example, whole fruit, dairy and even some vegetables contain natural forms of sugar. Although they do contain sugar, it's a natural form and generally comes with other additional nutrients. For example, dairy has protein and fruit has fiber. If you look at dairy products, 100% fruit products, like fruit juice or applesauce, and some vegetable products, you may see on the nutrition label that there is sugar. If you're only avoiding added sugars, having some natural sugar is acceptable. 2. Read the nutrition fact panel. Giving up sugar can be complicated. This is especially true if you're not reading food labels or you don't know how to read them. The nutrition fact panel is an essential component of the food label that's available on products. Make sure to spend time reviewing this the next time you're at the grocery store. To read the nutrition label, you first need to identify the serving size. This is listed at the top of the label near total calories and nutrition facts. Keep the serving size in mind when looking at the other information. In addition, consider whether or not you'll eat just one serving. If you eat more than one, you'll need to double or triple the other values on the label. To find the total sugar, scan further down the label. Total sugars is listed under the bold heading Total Carbohydrates on the label. The sugar amount listed here is the total in one serving of the food. This doesn't distinguish whether or not the sugar is coming from an added or natural source. You'll need to review the ingredient list to figure this out. In the future, starting July 2018, the food label will distinguish between added and natural sugars. Soon you'll be able to see the total grams of added sugar and total grams of natural sugars. 3. Check out the ingredient list. In addition to the nutrition fact panel, you'll need to review the ingredient list. Many times knowing the total sugar content isn't enough information when making a decision to eat a food. The ingredient list is another component of the nutrition information that's required to be present on food items. It's typically listed underneath or next to the nutrition fact panel. Ingredient lists will reveal all the ingredients present in a product. The ingredients are listed in order from the highest to lowest quantity. Review every ingredient listed here. This is where you will be able to tell whether or not there is added sugar in the product. Note that the exact amount of added versus natural sugar is not listed on food labels at this time. 4. Learn the names of added sugars. Once you review the ingredient list, you may notice there are a lot of names or items that you don't recognize. Although this generally isn't a big deal, you do need to become aware of all the different names of added sugars. They can include names like anhydrous dextrose, brown sugar or white sugar, corn syrup solids or high fructose corn syrup, HFCS, dextrose, fructose, honey, agave syrup or maple syrup, invert sugar, lactose, malt syrup, cane juice or brown rice syrup, maltose, nectars e.g., peach nectar, pear nectar, or fruit juice concentrates, raw sugar, organic sugar or cane sugar, sucrose. 5. Stay away from obvious sources of sugar. Reading nutrition labels and taking your time while you shop will help you reduce how much sugar you're consuming. In addition to this, try to avoid the most obvious sources of sugars like ice cream, cake, cookies and pies, sweetened cereals, granola bars or pastries, sweetened beverages like regular soda, sweet tea, fruit juice cocktails or lemonade, fruits with added sugars like dried fruit, sweetened applesauce or canned fruit in syrup, milk beverages, yogurt drinks or yogurt cups that have additional flavorings, like peach yogurt, chocolate milk or raspberry kefir. Alcoholic beverages, especially those mixed with fruit juice or soda. Low-fat or fat-free items like ranch dressing, peanut butter, or barbecue sauce. Part 3: Finding nutritious sweet alternatives. 1. Go for fruit. If you enjoy a little sweetness every now and again, try replacing that craving with a nutritious item. Fruit is a great naturally sweet food that can help tame a pesky sweet tooth. Fruits are naturally low in calories but are also high in fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Fruit does contain some natural sugars, however, health professionals generally consider this type of sugar appropriate to include in your diet. You can also choose 100% fruit juice or unsweetened dried fruit. Both have no added sugar and can add in a touch of sweetness. Try ending dinner with a small piece of fruit or a fruit cup. Or if you're craving a sweet in the afternoon, grab a small handful of unsweetened dried fruit. 2. Try naturally sweet dairy products. Another food group that can help curb your sweet cravings is the dairy group. Including some of these foods can also help you cut out added sugar from your diet. Like fruit, some dairy products are naturally sweet. They do contain a form of natural sugar, lactose, but in general, the overall sugar content is low. In addition, most dairy foods contain a decent amount of protein, calcium, vitamin D, and potassium. Great items to try include a small yogurt or kefir drink. After dinner, have a bowl of yogurt topped with fruit or sip on kefir during the day. 3. Choose natural sweeteners. If you've been making foods from scratch and working to decrease your sugar intake, you might be interested in occasionally using a more natural sweetener. This can help you enjoy slightly more nutritious items. Many sugary items contain a lot of very highly processed forms of sugar like white sugar, corn syrup, or corn syrup solids. Instead, try making your own items from scratch using more natural and minimally processed sweeteners. You can try items like honey, agave syrup, molasses, or maple syrup. These types of sweeteners have the same sugar content, but do have more antioxidants than processed sweeteners. 4. Be mindful of items with artificial sweeteners. If your goal is to cut out sugar completely, you may soon realize that many sugar-free items contain artificial or no-calorie sweeteners. Be aware of how much of these you're consuming and side effects they may produce. Getting rid of sugar in your diet can help you improve your diet and health in many ways. Note that many sugar-free or low-sugar products use artificial sweeteners to help keep their sweet taste without the added sugar and calories. When reading the food label, look out for artificial sweeteners like stevia, erythritol, aspartame, sucralose, sorbitol, mannitol, saccharin, or neotame. No studies have proven adverse side effects to the use of artificial sweeteners. However, you may still want to avoid or limit them in your diet. Some people do report some side effects like migraines, stomach upset, and diarrhea. 5. Eat everything in moderation. Giving up sugar completely is a difficult goal, but a beneficial one. If giving up sugar completely isn't right for you or your family, consider adding some sweet treats back in moderation. If you want to continue to eat some of your favorite treats occasionally, you need to set a strict guideline or rule for you or your family of what moderation actually is. For example, does the family go out 2 times a month for dessert together? Do you split dessert once a week? Or do you include a sugar-free treat more regularly? Make sure that everyone is on board with the definition of moderation and can keep track of it long term. Tips. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar per day for women, and no more than 9 teaspoons for men. The average American consumes around 22 teaspoons of added sugars every day, and about 1/2 of that sugar comes from sugar-sweetened beverages. The great thing about giving up sugar as a family is that you have the support group of your family members to help keep you on track. Work together to find healthy alternatives to your favorite sweet snacks. Be an encouragement to family members that are struggling, try not to be an enabler to them.